If you saw my most recent video about the state of the real estate market here in the Northeast Metro Atlanta area, you would know that so many of the pain points here currently stem from a major lack of inventory. Well, good news is there are a ton of new communities going up all over the North Metro, and today with lots more planned for the future. Hi, I'm Sarah Maslowski with KeyPoint Homes Group, a local real estate agent right here in Northeast Metro Atlanta area, specializing in helping clients just like you that are watching this video relocate right here to Georgia. Some areas here in the North Metro are at a maximum capacity and don't have any more room landlocked for new construction neighborhoods, while other towns are full of undeveloped land that we can expect to see go through some major developments over the next few years. So what are the neighborhoods that you should keep your eyes out for, and what areas can you expect to see major developments continue to show up? One of the first big neighborhoods you should know about if you are interested in new construction will be taking shape in Gainesville. There is a huge new master plan community currently underway that will be just 3 miles from the great downtown Gainesville Square and only 5 miles from Lake Lanier. If you have ever visited the area and driven through Flowery Branch, or if you've watched some of my videos before, you may have seen or heard me mention the neighborhood Sterling on the Lake, which is a massive master planned neighborhood with several different style homes, builders, and tons of amenities. Gainesville Township will be very similar to that concept. The manor at Gainesville Township, which is one of the many villages or sections that will be part of this development, this is the first to break ground in this community. This project is, just breaking ground, so it's still going to be several months before the first homes are completed and some of the amazing amenities start to go in. Currently, Artisan Builders is building single family homes that's going to start in the mid 500,000s for slab homes and then mid 600s for those homes that are going to be on a basement. They are going to be semi-custom homes, meaning that you will get to pick out some of your finishes and selections, allowing you to make choices that kind of fit your needs and wants, and they're not just spec homes or strictly kind of cookie cutter houses. Similar to Sterling on the Lake, there will be multiple builders that will have homes in the neighborhood. Lennar is also going to have homes in the community, and there will be a third builder as well who was going to have townhomes, and that builder hasn't been announced yet. Now, this community is going to span over 1,100 acres, and it won't just be for houses. It's going to be a mixed use development that's going to have a total of around 2,400 residential units broken down into about 1,400 single family homes, around 300 or so townhouses, and then 640 multifamily units. This development, it's also going to include 75,000 square feet of commercial space, along with 645 acres of green space. So it's definitely not going to be your typical neighborhood. And the commercial space definitely makes it unique compared to your typical master planned community. You're gonna have a ton of conveniences and amenities right there at your fingertips. There are also going to be a lot of different amenities here. You're gonna have a clubhouse, a swim center with a kids play area. Of course, you got your tennis courts, pickleball courts, a disc golf course, walking trail, and dog park, and the list goes on. Like I mentioned earlier, the community will also be just a few minutes from the Gainesville Square and Lake Lanier. So this is going to have a prime location with easy access to a ton of shopping and dining. You're gonna be just a few minutes away from 985, which will also make getting around super convenient, especially if you need to commute anywhere for work. And you're also going to be about 5 minutes from some fast food options like Chick-fil-A, a huge Kroger grocery store shopping complex, and only about 10 minutes from Northeast Georgia Medical Center. So if you work at the hospital or just want to be close to good health care, this neighborhood is going to have an incredible location for you. Now, projects like this, obviously they take time, and developers told the county that it could take anywhere from 10 to 14 years for this to be fully finished, which is definitely not unheard of. In fact, Sterling on the Lake has been constructing homes off and on for almost 20 years.
Man, that's a long time.
Yeah. Buying when the project is first starting now is going to be the most affordable time to get into the community. The downsides though is that you're going to have to deal with construction going on around you, but plan on getting the amenities in pretty quickly so that you can enjoy those instead of having to wait several years while still paying HOA fees for amenities that haven't even been built yet, which that happens in other communities. Now, if you haven't taken a second look at Gainesville, please check out this video. It has grown so much, and every time a client goes there, there that didn't really consider Gainesville, they are amazed. So check it out. It's definitely really great. Another neighborhood you might have on your radar is Braselton Village, which is currently being built by D.R. Horton in Braselton. Now, D.R. Horton comes with mixed reviews about their quality, but they're definitely one of the more affordable new construction options that you are going to find, especially without having to drive out to the middle of nowhere, or the boonies, as we call it.
Why is Steve out in the boonies?
Braselton Village will be quite a big neighborhood. You are going to see somewhere around 300 homes in the neighborhood. Now, the thing with D.R. Horton is that you're not going to be able to make any design selections, upgrades, or anything like that. They release about 6 to 8 houses at a time, and people on their waiting list are basically get the first right of refusal for those homes whenever they're released. There are 4 different floor plans available in the neighborhood, and they have a few different elevations or the look of the exterior, along with a few options for the kitchen cabinet colors. So they basically say, okay, here we have a Hayden floor plan with white cabinets or a Hanover with gray cabinets, and they release this information to people who have signed up to be on their waiting list. It's best to know what floor plan you want most so that when they release this information, you can say, hey, that is exactly what I want. I'd like to write a contract on that. Now, like I mentioned earlier, they only release a handful of these homes at a time, and then they do not accept any more contracts while they work on these for a few weeks or so. And then they do the whole process all over again. You can't just go into the community and say, hey, I want a house. They have quite a bit of demand, and they are working in small batches to get through this. So this neighborhood is going to have amenities. There's going to be a clubhouse, pool, playground, tennis and pickleball courts, but they're not projecting them to be complete until next summer of 2025. So you won't be able to access these right away if you are able to secure a home in here. You will have to pay HOA fees before these are done, obviously, since they don't contribute to only the amenities. And the HOA fees in this neighborhood are around $750 per year. So you're paying that essentially for a full year without getting to enjoy any amenities. When it comes to location for this neighborhood, it's in a really good location. It practically is touching a Publix grocery store shopping center, so you certainly aren't going to have to go far for groceries. The neighborhood is also right across the street from Chateau Alon, which is a resort, winery, golf course, and a huge neighborhood. So you are just a stone's throw away from that. You're also right off of the exit to Interstate 85, which again is going to be very convenient if you need to commute to work or just to access other areas quickly. And you are just down the road from the Braselton campus of the Northeast Georgia Medical Center. And there are plenty of other doctors and specialists offices right around this area as well. Plus you got a ton of fast food and different dining options on Highway 211. Now, the one downside to where this neighborhood is being built is that it used to be a 2-lane road. And with the addition of this neighborhood and a lot of other developments in the area, they are in the process of widening the road and the entrance into everything right where this is. So because all of this road construction is going on, it's creating quite a bit of headaches and some disturbances right here at the moment. Eventually, it's going to be a huge help when it's all finished, but we all know that this kind of road work creates major headaches in the meantime.
Oh, my head, what a headache!
This is not going to be the only new neighborhood we will see in Braselton. In fact, there are a ton of proposed communities on the way to this area. There is a 302 home development that is being proposed near Winder Highway and Georgia State Route 53. That's about 10 minutes away from this neighborhood that we just talked about. If approved, they are planning for just under 200 single family homes from the high 300s to the mid 400s. The neighborhood's also going to have 116 townhomes priced kind of in the mid 300s as well. Now, according to Hall County planning documents, there are 3 more townhome communities proposed or already green-lighted within less than a 10-minute radius of this area, with one already taking place just down the road, and that one's going to have just over 100 townhouses as well. So needless to say, things are going to be very busy on this side of town, but there is such a high demand to be in this area with all of the great healthcare access, dining, and convenience to the interstate. Most of these communities are going to fall within Hall County, but there's a little part of the town where Hall, Gwinnett, and Barrow County, they all meet up, and it's also where Flowery Branch, Braselton, Beaufort, and even Gainesville meet up. So that can be kind of confusing in terms of the names of the town, what county you're in, because they're all just right there together. Things are more affordable in this area because there is still quite a bit of undeveloped land, but it's not going to be long until prices here are affected by all of this growth. And oh yeah, did I mention that this area is going to get its own version of an Avalon? If you're unfamiliar, there is a development in Alpharetta called the Avalon, which is a mixed-use development with upscale outdoor shopping, dining, a hotel, movie theater, and housing. There is a proposed project called the Thompson Mill Village, which could take up to 100 acres, and it's going to straddle in between Gwinnett and the Hall County line right here in Braselton. The goal is for over 1,500 residential units. It's going to be a mix of condos, townhomes, apartments, and senior living units. It's also going to have a 200-room hotel and just shy of 800,000 square feet of commercial space. For comparison, the Avalon sits on 85 acres and has over 300,000 square feet less of retail space. This is going to be right across the street from the Northeast Georgia Medical Center Braselton campus and essentially back up to the neighborhood portion of Chateau Alon. This project was originally planned nearly 15 years ago, but it was stopped due to the recession. Plans are now back in motion and it's made its way through the approval process, so things are expected to kick off in the next year or so. So clearly this little corner of the world, it's seeing some major growth roll through it, and it's all just getting started. Braselton and Gainesville both have plenty of room for all of this growth, but this is only one small section of the Northeast Metro. We haven't even touched on all the major developments and growth that's happening and coming. But if you're interested in learning more about this, I made a video that you need to check out that talks about everything that is going on there. Leave me a comment below if there's any other areas you're interested in learning more about what's in store development-wise. So there you have it. Are you interested in either of these big neighborhoods we talked about today, or drawn to all of the growth happening here in Braselton? Let me know in the comments below if you are interested in making a move to Georgia. I would love to be your real estate agent. You can contact me by clicking the link pinned below in the comments. And if you are interested in new construction home, make sure you check out this video next, where I dive into everything you need to know.